Hello, horse racing enthusiasts. It's John. Day 21 at Saratoga, the night 2022. This August 11th. Have a couple of early picks. However, I don't believe that I'm going to get the video completed by then. Sorry about that, but Linda's traveling today. She's the producer / technology person, so I can tape it, and but she has to be able to sort of grab it and load it into either Instagram or YouTube. So I'm going to just go with one race. It's really kind of a little bit exciting, has some potential to be a good race for us. So it's going to avail itself to have us talk about a couple of different strategies. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it right off. And I'm referring to the 9th race at Saratoga today, the Galway 150K stakes race. 5.5 furlongs on the turf, the Mellon turf course, for 3-year-old fillies. I think it's a great race. There's a lot of different angles that you can take here, and I'm going to walk you through a couple of them. I feel like when I take a look at the race, the 7-horse Empress Tiger should be the favorite coming into the race. She's a good horse, has run really well. I think total she has 2 races, won both. She's got Johnny V as a jockey. She's a classic Empire filly out of Tiger Tail, which is a tail of a cat. She's 1 for 1 in Saratoga, and the distance, she rates up there 4:06 in the distance on the turf. So she's proven at this distance, proven at this track, and Jonathan Thomas is the trainer. His training stats are, let me just look at this here, 2 second off the layoff, 26%. Turfs to sprint, 34. Turf sprints, 34%. One last, 25%. Turf, 22%. Sprints, 25%. Stakes races, 22%. General rule on those trainer percentages, if you can hit 15% in all of them, it's a bet. So we're looking at 20 or more in all of them. So, very tough horse, very competitive horse. But they call this gambling. So I think I'm going to go a different way. But before I get there, let me talk about a couple other angles. And then I'll tell you the angle that I landed on. An old gambler, horse gambler that I know used to have a quote. He said, "Horses that run together finish together." If you take a look at the last running line of Empress Tiger, the 7, you'll find Poppy Flower, the 1, and Darien, the 10, finished 2, 3, right behind. By a half length out, Poppy was anyhow. That's certainly a good idea and a good angle. And if I didn't see this other angle that I have, I would likely go that way. Here's the way that I'm going to go. I really like, and I've started to really drill into it a little bit, is the 2. Delmona, Irish horse out of Dandy Man, Irish pedigree. It's been here in the States the last 4 races, has improved each of those. We last saw her at Monmouth, looks like possibly Monmouth Day. The Haskell Day, where she ran in the Blue Spark Stakes race 102. Long story short, looks like, I didn't look at the race specifically, looks like broke a little slow, stayed up, rated, and closed and just missed. That's the way I read the running line. That was with Paco Lopez. Today she gets Luis Saez. Paco's a great aggressive rider. But Louis contending for the top in the meet, and is a high quality trader. That's a tick up. I see the workouts on the horse, and she's got a bullet work on July 31st at Saratoga on the turf with a 47 and a third. She was first out of 74 who trained that day. So that's definitely another sort of figure. I think 47 for 4 furlongs. It shows a little bit of, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little gate speed on that. She's coming from the 2-hole today, which is a nice place for her. Her main competitor is like 8. So I think it's going to be a good, she's got a good shot. Now, here's the angle that I really like. First of all, blinkers on. Anyone in racing who sees blinkers on says, well, it looks like they're tweaking with her a little bit. So they're trying blinkers. That's the time to get on the horse. That's not even my biggest angle. When I look at, I'm a big follower of the Tomlinson figures. And I don't know to what degree people are aware of the Tomlinson figures, but it's a statistical analysis primarily with the turf quadrant. So if you look at the daily racing form and you look at that horse's line, in the upper right hand corner there's kind of like a box. In the second half of the right side of that box, there you'll see wet, synthetic, turf, and distance, and it analyzes what the horse has done in each of those categories over its career. And right next to when you see wet, and then when you see turf, and when you see distance, you'll see what is in brackets a number, and that number usually runs, I don't know, you see it from 200 to 400, that kind of thing. For this horse on the turf, you're looking at a Tomlinson figure of 452. That's really on the high side. I generally get excited when I see something a little bit over 400. So, 452 is a solid figure. You never see much higher than that. It's one of the tops I've ever seen. And so what that is that's a statistical analysis of the pedigree of the horse and its ability to sort of handle turf, in this case turf, but also the distance, and then obviously wet track as well. So in this category on the turf, you have a proven runner, not only in Europe, but here in the States on the turf. Its Tomlinson number as it relates to distance is a little low, but that's likely, I think that's an aberration. Just looking at some of its running lines, it's really run pretty well. And so going back to the turf, 450, I said 452. Generally speaking, when you read handicapping books or you talk to handicappers, if you have a horse that has a 50-point advantage in Tomlinson over the next best horse, then that's a bet. And what we're looking at right here in this horse, in race 9, number 2, Damona, looking at a 58 differential to the next best horse in the Tomlinson. So does that mean it's a solid horse, a solid pick? No. Yeah, I do think it means it warrants a bet. It warrants probably across the board. Its morning line is 15-1. So, I mean, it might even creep up unless you guys share this video. It might even creep up because, the tendency is to sort of stay away from horses like this that, you don't really know much about, hasn't run all that much in the U.S. So it might creep up. If it does, we'll take it. So, and then you may find as it gets closer to 20-1, you'll find that the third place bet, if you put $5 on it, it's going to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $50. So I just thought I'd just like to throw that out there. I think I'm going to do win, play, show on the 2. I'm going to do an exacta box with the 7. I think Empress Tiger, has high likelihood is going to come in first or second. Most probably, I think you can say in the 90 percentile that is going to come in at least first, second, or third. And then I'm going to do a daily double. I'm going to do the 2 with the 10, 12, 9. I'm not going to get into the handicapping of those, but that will give us a sort of pretty good payout if we do like a $5 or a $10 daily double. So good luck, enthusiasts. I'm pretty excited. Let's see how this goes, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.